So those of you that have been more regular with the channel keep asking me what's going on, how's my mental health and all this stuff. And I think, you know, I may be wrong about this, but I think it's because you've noticed that something has changed. even before I did, actually. You guys noticed it before I did. When the channel ended up getting hacked, it fucked me up, man. Because think about that. Think about not only being self-employed, but having your job be online, be on the cloud. And then so easily, your entire life's work can be uprooted like that. That's what happened to me. And I don't really know how to deal with it because this is something that I've never dealt with before. It's always been a fear. Not necessarily to have the channel hacked, but to have everything get uprooted all at once, right? To have the channel taken away from me. So to give you guys a summary of what happened, if you don't know, is basically a lapse of judgment because I was up all night, whatever. I clicked on the wrong email. Next thing you know, these people are screen capping my monitor and log into my YouTube account and just make everything private, start mining Bitcoin or whatever. And then thankfully, you guys helped me make enough noise on Twitter that YouTube actually stepped out and actually did something about it. They didn't do much. They gave me my account back. They didn't fucking help me at all with fixing everything. I told them, can you roll my account back and fix everything? And they're like, no, your account's, here you go. And that was it, right? Which was very frustrating because it felt very impersonal and felt like they don't give a shit, which I guess is how most content creators feel at this point. But it made me grateful to you guys because when I was pressed against the wall and when shit hit the fan, you guys had my back, and I'll always appreciate that. It really messed me up to have that happen. I don't read emails anymore. I keep avoiding them as much as I can. Same with DMs from people because I'm paranoid. I no longer automatically sign into anything, which means that I'm constantly having to type in passwords and whatever the fuck else. So that's really annoying and slowly eating into my workflow of my day-to-day. But most of all, I think that it's got to do with my old insecurities that I've always had, and this kind of playing right into that. And that's what really messed me up. Because even in terms of the channel, you know, if I'm being perfectly honest with you guys, a couple years back, you know, my channel started building up some steam. And I suddenly started making a full-time living from doing YouTube. That was probably around the time that Trove released on Steam, I think. I think it was around then. And I'd always worried, like, okay, like I knew realistically, like, okay, the popularity of Trove is not going to last forever. So how long before I'm not making a full-time living anymore, right? Thankfully, since then, I've been able to make steady income, which is, you know, awesome. Thank you guys for that. But the point that I'm getting at is that it's always been a fear in the back of my mind of when it will be taken away, right? Not if, when. And with the channel being hacked, that played right into that. And so I've kind of just been in panic mode. I feel ever since the channel got hacked. Like as soon as I got the channel back, I hit the ground running and I started just drowning out the entire situation, both on the channel and both for myself emotionally by just working, you know, like I was fortunate enough to have Dead by Daylight and Elden Ring come out back to back, even forced myself through that Horizon Zero Dawn new game, whatever, that game sucked. But the point is that I had games to distract myself because that's what games have always been for me, is whenever I'm dealing with a tough situation, I use video games, right? Like video games not only are an art form, but they're also just there's a beautiful thing that helps me get through my day to day. Always has. And now that I do YouTube in general, like, there's a difference between when you're playing a game and then when you're like recording it or live streaming it, because then obviously you have an audience, whether they're big or small. It makes a difference with how you feel, right? And so I used that. I used that to distract me from the situation so that I didn't have to deal with any of it. And unfortunately, I'm only now realizing that this was my way of, I guess, running away from it. But where I did start to notice it, and the only reason that I even realized that something was wrong, was how I was treating you guys during some live streams. It didn't happen much, and it's not like I exploded and I was like, fuck you, chat, man, you know, nothing like that. But in terms of stuff that I go through, you know, bitching at you guys is just a big no-no to me. It always has been. And I'm not saying that I can't call it like it is. If someone's being a dick, well, then I'll say, hey man, stop being a dick. But you got to understand, it's the fact that I was being like so grouchy with you guys or whatever. That's what really started to, like, I started to catch that. And then after I'd finished the stream, I was just like, why did I do that? What was that about? Sorry, you might have heard Mariko's alarm going off. She's waking up now. But yeah, so I don't even know if there's necessarily a point with this video other than to just share my feelings and what's going on. You might have noticed that my videos have fluctuated a lot lately with upload schedule and stream schedule. And that's just because I've been starting to prioritize myself. And it's like, well, I need a day off. I'm not feeling it today. So I just take the day off, right? Knowing full well that eventually it's going to come back. Eventually I'll start feeling good again. But right now, I don't know. I feel really down. I haven't really been enjoying my work that much. Like, I haven't really been enjoying recording that much. More particularly, I guess I haven't really been recording or been enjoying Trove as much. If I'm being perfectly honest, there's always been this part of me that doesn't understand why the other videos don't end up getting as much views. And I could give two shits if people watching my channel are like, oh, I don't want to watch you play Elden Ring. I don't want to watch you play Fortnite. It's like, I thought you were here, like, you're on my channel. You realize that, right? Like, you're here to support me. It's not like watching my Trove videos is making the devs think anything about Trove, okay? Like, that, I don't have contact with the developers as much as everybody seems to think that I do, okay? They don't give two fucks. Even GameAgo doesn't give a shit anymore because I'm not generating them enough income for them to bother, like, talking to me anymore, you know? Which I'm not trying to make it about that. I'm just saying that I never understand why so many other channels out there I can see will end up just doing whatever the fuck they want. They play whatever game that they feel like at the time. And I am kind of envious of that. But I don't know. I guess what's really been bumming me out is just when I'm doing like live streams lately and stuff, you know, people just haven't been coming out as much to that. And I know that that's probably got nothing to do with me. That's probably just because of the season. Maybe, you know, people are busy with school or work or college, whatever. I don't fucking know. Usually that's what I chalk it up to, because usually the views just fluctuate and that's just how it is. And this is around the time where other YouTubers would always refer to it as the adpocalypse and stuff, because there's just less views lately, right? But you gotta understand that normally I would be fine with that. However, all of my past insecurities and bullshit is wreaking havoc on my mental health lately because the channel got hacked. And so I'm questioning things that I shouldn't question. And that's why whenever I end up having somebody like being a hater in the comments and stuff like that, I usually flip out on them. Or even, it'll even just be something very light, condescending, but still light. And I just freak out. And that's how I know something's wrong inside. You know, like I'm too angry, and I shouldn't project that onto you guys, right? And I shouldn't project that onto the channel. But that's where it is right now. Because I think that at the end of the day, all of the negative emotions that I've been dealing with, I can't help but feel, if the channel wasn't in my life anymore, would I still feel this way? I'd probably be stressed out about different things, but what I've been dealing with a lot lately, no, that's directly the result of the channel and, you know, something so personal to me being compromised because it's in the fucking cloud and some goddamn hacker can just whisk it away at any moment. Now, to reiterate, I'm not having this as a video to talk to you guys about like, oh, I'm seriously considering quitting or some bullshit like that, okay? Look at me. I wouldn't know what to do without YouTube, okay? I love this platform. I love you guys. I love making videos for you guys. If I can say anything in closing, it's just going to be reiterating the same shit that I already just said, which is that I'm going through stuff. I'm dealing with a lot of negative emotions, and I guess I'm asking you guys to get my back again. Leave a nice comment. Watch my other videos. You know, whatever. Like, just, I need you guys to kind of help me process this and deal with this negativity by drowning me with positivity and some support and shit, so that hopefully I snap out of it and come back to myself and I don't know, so that I can be there for you guys again. I hope that I got my point across. It can be very difficult talking about these things, and especially just talking about YouTube or being self-employed and stuff like that. Like, these are very alien subjects for a lot of people. And despite that, I think that dealing with this negativity and this negative thought process, I think that that's something that a lot of people can relate to. And usually I deal with this stuff in silence with myself, and I just let it stew, and then I deal with it, right? I'm really good at it. I'm really good at dealing with stress and dealing with tough situations. But this one, I can't get a handle on it. Because when the channel got hacked, it was like, it might not have been personal to the hacker, but it was personal to me. Like, this is my fucking life. Not just a job. It's not just playing video games. It's about having a positive message and sharing positive emotions with you guys. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope anything that I said in this video made sense. And I'm still going to keep doing the channel, you know. Still going to keep making videos for you guys and stuff. I'm not going anywhere. But I need you guys to have my back just for a little bit before I get things back under control. Okay? Okay.